Turn my dog down.
Not your dog.
My dog, yes, that dog. Hello, hello.
Hmm.
How's your Tuesday going, sir?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's it's been crazy. It's been a crazy day.
It's been a Tuesday.
Yeah,
You made it through, though. You made it through.
yeah, somewhat.
I thank everybody for tuning in. Happy Tequila Tuesday. As I ain't had no tequila today. You had a little tequila today.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
I said I haven't. Oh, you said that's
Ah,
what it
okay.
is. Okay.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Hey, Miss Kendrick. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all go like, subscribe, comment. Slim Talk Tuesday. Mr. Nate Williams, you over there hot. You hot, sir.
Yeah, I just turned the air on. I'm chilling.
Look, you might need to step out the door for a second and get some
Oh
wind.
no.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Again, I'm Alexandria. Most might know me by Slim.
Why?
You know,
I can't see none of the comments.
yeah, you can.
Oh, somebody got to say something. Tell somebody to just say something. I don't see that.
Miss Kendrick, comment. Let's see if we can see your comment, ma'am. Nobody said nothing, but Miss Kendrick in there. Can you see the view up there? He got disconnected. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby got disconnected.
Okay.
What happened? Oh, are you good? You good?
Yeah, I was messing with something I ain't had no business, so it's fine.
Just clicking on stuff over there. It don't look like a regular live. See, I don't know how it look on your end. It just don't
See,
look
I
like
don't see nothing. They just say you're in. Oh, okay, there you go. LOL. Well, hey, okay, I see it now.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm Alexandria. Most of you might know me by Slim. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment on Slim Talk Tuesday. Today I have here Mr. Nate Williams. I thank you so much for tuning in with me. Thank you
no
so
problem.
much.
No problem.
Thank you.
I'm trying to set it up. Go ahead.
Look, you trying to get you some better light going.
I'm trying to get it.
He gonna get it together. He gonna get it together.
I'm trying to get it, boy. My polo.
Again, I'm Slim. I'm an operator, owner of Slim Seductive Scents. I sell candles, sprays, oils.
Say it one more time. You the what? You the what operator?
Owner and operator of Slim
Okay.
Seductive Scents. Right. You said say it one more time for you. All right, I have Mr. Nate Williams here. Tell us a little bit about you, Mr. Nate Williams.
It depends on what you want to know. I'm sorry, I look bad because I've been at work since.
Oh no, it's not the fact that you look bad. It's none of that. We hard workers over here. We hard workers.
I've been at work since 6 a.m. and just got off at 7:45. That's why I was sweating because I was rushing. So
I do appreciate you for taking the time out for actually doing that. You know, I know it's been a busy day. It's been hard.
Yeah. So, well, a little bit about me. Entrepreneur, of course. Comedian, actor, playwriter, promoter, motivational speaker. I don't know. I just do a lot.
You do it all. You do it all. Okay. So he's an entrepreneur. Today, our topic is going to be on ups and downs of entrepreneurship, just owning a business. What? Let me just jump in. Like, what inspires you to be an entrepreneur, or who inspires you to be an entrepreneur?
Let me see who inspired me. It was basically my mom was one person. Because I did so many comedy shows, and I knew that I wanted to be a comedian, and I was spending like lots of money renting out other venues. So my mom was like, "Well, why don't you just try to get your own building? Because you're doing shows, they're doing well, they're packing out. Why don't you just try to get your own business?" So I was like, "Well, I didn't know about how to go about it. I didn't, and it just started just coming to me. I started doing a little more research. I went to school for business.
Mm-hmm.
And, everything kind of took off from there. I became a fan of, my own shift, my own time, my own
Right.
hours, and being able to control that. So that was one way was my mom. My mom kind of got me into it.
Okay. You said so you always wanted to be a comedian since you was young, so you was the class clown. You was acting up in class.
I was like a
Making
lot of people.
everybody laugh and giggle.
A lot of people don't know that I have dyslexia. So
Oh,
dyslexia, it's different forms of it. So whenever I'm reading, sometimes the words get scrambled up. Like things will be like it may say the cat ran over the hill. I might see it as the hill. There was a cat, and like wherever it's not going to make any sense. So sometimes I have to get the information well before I do it, and then go into it. And it was difficult for me because when I was in elementary and junior high, back in the day, we used to always have to read out loud. So
right.
then I was like, well, I can't get out of it. So I would have to be a class clown or act a fool. And the teacher would just be like, we just don't skip you. So I started to, that became a habit. That became like, okay, I know what to do now. So that was my way of getting out of it. So being a class clown became natural. It became easy, and it got me out of a lot of trouble. So
Yeah. I'm sure
so
everybody
yeah,
wanted to hang out with Mr. Nate because you can make everybody
no,
laugh.
not really. I wasn't a popular guy. Like in high school, everybody was into sports and stuff like that. And I was good in sports, but I wasn't a superstar. So we had superstar athletes in high school, and man, everybody was running up behind them. And I just wanted a uniform. I didn't care about playing. I didn't want to get hurt. I was like,
Look, you
bump
just
that.
want the uniform.
I just wanted a jersey. Just give me a jersey. I'm fine with it. And I got that, so I was fine. So yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that kind of symbolized like, hey, I'm on the team. Look, I got this cool jersey. I'm looking nice. I'm in a group. So hey, I mean, that's kind of understandable. That's very understandable. You kind of stand out with that group. So I know owning a business can be very hard and challenging.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me some of the challenges that you face being an
I think
entrepreneur.
the challenges that I faced was thinking that everybody was rooting for me.
Hey,
I think
amen.
I think that was the toughest part because in our mind, we're like, listen, I have 500 friends, I have 700 friends.
Right.
That as soon as I jump a business off, it's jumping. Like all these people gonna come support.
Yes.
Definitely not it. So I had to learn that the hard way that it wasn't it. Like I took a lot of stuff personal because I was like, well, I'm not understanding if I'm doing these great things and people see that, then why not come spend and enjoy the time with me? Because I feel like I will put back into the community and bring shows and bring celebrities that people wanted to see.
I could definitely understand that. I could definitely agree with that 100%. I mean, I don't know a large group of people how you may know because you've been in the industry for a while, but I definitely can see that it could be the lack of support, kind of like jumping in and kind of actually thinking everybody will support you. Everybody's not going to support you.
Oh no, they're definitely not. And I think that was one of the first obstacles and one of the first things because I will find myself really down. I'm like, dude, I'm bringing all these people, I'm putting together great shows. Like I'm not understanding like why people won't come and spend 10 or 15 or $20 with me, but they'll go somewhere else with people they don't know and spend $40, $50 on a ticket. And then don't even have a good time. Then you see them on social media complaining, like, "Oh, we spent $75 to go see this, and it was messed up. We couldn't get our VIP tickets." When I'm like,
that's how
dude, I'm bringing.
they light as well to kind of just throw that negative on it or their opinion. I'm not even gonna say negative. Throw their opinion on it and try to, put themselves in that light as well. So it's just it's amazing how people can see someone do good and not actually support it or not try to uplift, motivate. Some of the posts, what they say is $0.0 to share, comment, like
Fact.
support. That's supporting somebody. You don't have to necessarily come buy something. or come get a product or have a service done with that person. I mean, if you share it, you don't know, you might not want to buy something, but the next person might want to buy something. So I think that is very important, and having supporters as well. That's one of my challenges that I really had problems with. I mean, I do multiple
Mhm.
things. I'm very creative. I do the balloons, I do hair. I'm a licensed hairstylist. I do the candles, and now this podcast is something very new for me as well. And this is something that I'm stepping out on. But I feel the supporters will come. The supporters definitely will come. It's gonna catch it right
Oh
out.
yeah, it's coming.
It's gonna catch it
But
right
you
out. So
you just here's the thing, you just can't give up on it. That's another thing that
critics.
entrepreneurs have a problem with because we're our biggest critics.
Hmm.
So we're hardest on ourselves when we're like if we're doing everything right or we feel like we're doing everything right, why
Hmm.
aren't we being blessed or why aren't we being supported? Because we feel like, okay, let's say like if you selling candles, right? How much you sell your candles for?
They're 12.50 for my 8 ounce, and then I have a 3 wick for 18.50.
Okay, let's say hypothetically $20, right?
Hmm.
So you selling candles for 20. You know 500 people and you just asking 100 people to come spend some money with you. Just like, man, if y'all would come spend this $20, this will be great or
Right.
whatever. But people just they don't want to come support it. They don't want to come get
How you
behind
doing
it.
it?
So
Right.
it's difficult at times, and we start doubting our talents. We start doubting
Mhm.
like, dang, am I really am I really supposed to be doing this? Am
Yeah.
I like, why is this so difficult? Why is this so hard?
But
But
that's when the time is important to self to just deep dive. And if there's something that you truly want to do, is just continue to do it, no matter if you feel like in that moment that you don't have the support, or you just don't beat
mhm,
yourself down. I really had to come out there and lie. I mean, I've been knowing you for years, Nate, and
yeah,
sometimes I used to truly beat myself up for like certain things, and it's just something
yeah.
that you just gotta overcome and really come out of, like, for real,
Yeah,
for
it's
real.
difficult. I mean, but
Picture.
eventually the supporters you think you had will start to fade. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a good thing. And I mean, it's a bad thing because we attach ourselves to people that we think supposed to support.
Right.
And we hold that value. Like if you're my friend, if you say you're my friend, what is the problem with you buying something for $20? Now, if
Right.
you genuinely don't have it, we understand. But like at least once a month or once every other month. Hey man, come spend $20 with me.
Right.
But see, I get it where I have a club and people want to get in for free. So people will call me like, hey, and I'm gonna be honest with you. What's from the heart moves the heart. So
Right.
if some people genuinely don't have it,
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that because it was one girl I'll never forget. She called and I think I had Carl Payne from Martin at the club, and she was like, "I really want to come, but I really just don't have the money." And it wasn't. It was random for her to say that
Mm-hmm.
because, and I was like, "Dang!" And I was like, "Well," I said, "Well, you don't have to tell me what's going on, but I said if you can get to the club, I got you." So when
Right.
she got to the club, she sat by herself, and I said, "Are you hungry or you want a drink?" And she was like, "I just don't have the money." And I said, "Well, I'll get you a drink." And I said, just, let me know what you want to eat. So I took care of her. I was like, well, here you go, here you go, here you go. And I said, well, while you're here, I'm going to take you back to meet Carl Payne. So I took her back. She met him, took a picture. And the very next day, like, she called me crying. And I was like, what's going on? And she was like, you don't even know when you invited me out. Like, because I kept trying to FaceTime her, like, come on out, come on, we having fun. Didn't even
Right.
know this lady lights was off. This lady was sitting in the dark all by herself.
Yeah.
She couldn't pay her bills, and she just called me crying the next day, like I really needed to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And the show was on a Saturday, so your lights not getting turned on a Sunday. So you just never know. But I get it so much now where people will call and say, well, hey, this is what I need, and this is, or this is, man, if I can get in for free, and sometimes it's a hard no. Sometimes it'll be like, man, if you can't
Yeah.
come up with $200, why you out?
Yeah. Yeah. That part. That part. It's the people that always want something free. I mean, if you can't never support it, I mean, yeah, You doing too much. You're doing too much.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna jump into a little bit about innovation. Do you know a little bit about innovation? Innovation, is that important to you while owning the business?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely.
Some people do the same thing over and over and over and don't make any change, no new nothing. They just kind of.
I mean, you got to evolve with the time. So you got to change. Yeah. I mean, you just got to. I'm gonna tell you, if it's something that you're supposed to be doing in this town, like everything is gonna change in time. Everything is gonna, God. I feel like God will start giving you different ideas and different things to do, and it's not gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna financially change anything. It's not like what I mean by that. Like it's not gonna cost you too much,
right?
To change to be that way. But I think it's definitely important. Same shit and try different. Same shit.
Get a different result is crazy.
I mean, they say that's the definition of being insane or something, like doing the same shit and you hoping for different results. I mean, sometimes you can keep it the same, but if you're losing in the process, then it's time to change. But if you're going with something that's working, then hey, it's just working. But eventually, you will have to evolve and elevate.
You can get burnt out and bored on something if you continue to do. I mean, I would. I don't know if that's my creative mind to just be going on 1,000 that I just gotta change this. But I think honestly, and I can say this, I think that's kind of where I lost the loop in the hair world. I wasn't staying creative and staying with because all the lace fronts and all that. I'm like, y'all can have all this stuff. So I'm just like, that's why I got lost. I just keep my license. I braid, I twist, I do some locks, but all that other stuff is now. So I think that's kind of where I lost the juice in the hair world because I wasn't being
not the juice.
Juice. I mean, I still got the little juice though. The folks gonna wear them lace fronts and them wigs.
The juice.
The juice. Why you doing like that? Not the juice. Not the juice.
Not the juice.
So, do you use any other platforms like social media platforms other than Facebook and
I think that's always a good thing. I think to put some money back into yourself. And the reason why I say that because like a lot of people try to do radio, right? I think radio is good for certain things, but I think social media, like if you go to the radio station, you're going to spend about, let's say like if you want to do a monthly thing of commercials, you may spend $500 to $1,000 on it. But I'm like, if you take $100 or $150 and put that into social media ads, one thing everybody has is they have their phone in their hand. People always got their phone. So it's like, put $100 a month into advertising, to straight advertising on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case may be, because they got different platforms to promote your stuff. Right. So I would rather people do that. And I think that's a great platform to use because there's been times where people have paid for sponsorship for different shows and they still pop up on my timeline. I'm like, or pop up on as an ad, like a commercial ad. So I'm like, dang, how are they doing this? And them people probably spent $50-$60 to get your attention. And, and then Facebook and Instagram, they pretty creative too. Cause they be like, how many people you trying to reach? You want to reach 1,000? You want to reach 2,000? You want to reach 3,000? And you like, well, I just want 100 people. Well, okay, try to reach 5,000 people.
Right.
Yeah, so you just go ahead and put that time in because everybody's not going to come to your stuff depending on what it is and who it is. And a lot of people won't support you because of who you are.
Amen.
Because they feel like, well, if I get this person, and then here's the crazy part about this. Some people won't support you because of who you are, but a lot of people think that one monkey will stop a show.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dude, because people will hate, they will do everything under the sun to people you won't even deal with, or people you don't even talk to will be all in your your space of hate. Like they want to hate on everything you do. You might not have nothing to do with these people. Like you may not talk to them on a regular basis. You like, dang, why are these people hating on me? Why are they tripping on me? Well, I just don't like that person. Okay, cool.
You in my head, Nate in my head.
Yeah, but people gotta get to the point where you just like, I'm not even worried about them. Like they may stop certain people from supporting and buying your stuff or coming to your venue. But like I tell people all the time, if you outlive the lie, you're gonna be all right. The thing of it is that people keep hating on you, lying on you, doing whatever the case may be. All thing you gotta do is outlive that. You just gotta continue to keep going. And eventually that person that's hating gonna be like, well, everything I'm doing to try to stop this person ain't working. So maybe I need to stop, or maybe I need to get on board and support it.
Maybe I need to pray a little bit more or something. Yeah. Because clearly there's a whole lot of hate in your heart. Like, cause why?
Yes, ma'am.
A little bit more prayer.
Yeah, that's it, man. You just got to put that time, that effort in, and truly understand that, man. Whatever is for you is for you, and whatever is not is not. Because I used to beat myself up. I used to cry in my club. Like people don't understand. I don't give a damn. I'm grown, but I used to cry in my club when I used to throw certain events and people didn't come. I used to sit at that bar, pour me a drink.
I mean, but we all have to start somewhere. We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I'll be like, man, I'm tired.
It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, but even to this day, I got a club and event. Like a lot of people don't come support it. Like it's not like they don't come support it like I want to. But the thing of it is like, what can I change and what can I evolve? I'm gonna tell you something. What shocked the shit out of me. Friday we had a show. Everybody that was there was brand new. Ain't never been to the club before. Ain't never been to the club. We don't know where these people came from. We don't know what was going on. It was all couples. That was the craziest part about it. So we was like, so our saying is when it's people first time at the club, we always overjoyed. So as soon as they walk through the door, they'd be like, it's our first time. So from the door, I would hear Q, and Q would be like, welcome to the Nut House. She said real loud. So now everybody in the club knows, like, we got somebody new in here. So Friday, she's saying it over and over and over again. So I get on stage and perform. And I'm like, who's all new here? Everybody raised their hand. We didn't have a lot of people, but we had 15 to 20 people.
Right.
And I'm proud of it. So those people got a great show. They got great food. They got great drinks. They had a great time. It wasn't any problems. So now those people are like, hey, if we want to do something else, we're going to come back to the Nut House. So, man, I think I don't know. Like when it comes down to this business and passion and what anybody wants to do, man, you just cannot give up on it. If you feel like it's in your dream, there's gonna be times you're gonna be in your car crying. There's gonna be times you're gonna be driving and a certain song go hit you and it's gonna mean everything to you, where you might have to pull over. You might have to talk to God a little bit. You might have to say, man, I know I'm gonna make it. You might get to a venue and might not sell nothing, but as soon as you get ready to leave and pack your stuff up, it might be one person be like, dang, I've been looking for this. All of a sudden, this person came and spent $150 with you, and you just like, God, I'm faithful over the little that you gave me. So now you got to start being faithful and start pouring something. You got to speak over your business. While everybody else speaking for your downfall, you got to start speaking over your business.
For real.
And a lot of people don't do that because sometimes we get ashamed and we be like, well, we don't want to talk about God to a certain amount of people. But when you get to a certain age, you just be like, God, it's me and you. So the thing of it is either we riding together, and then you got to start letting God know that you know who he is. Like, God, I know that you gave your only begotten son, so whoever believeth in him shall have everlasting life. I believe that without a shadow of a doubt that Jesus rose on day 3, that whoever shall believeth in him shall have life more abundantly. I truly believe that. I believe that you died for me. I believe that you raised people from the dead. I believe that you heal the sick. I believe, and you got to start speaking that. And when you start speaking that, even when you down on yourself, you got to understand the devil go attack you too. He gonna try to put you down. He gonna try to hate on you and do everything under the sun. So when he start doing that and attacking your mind, the best thing the devil try to do is attack your mind. Your mindset is everything. So once you start clicking in and talking, and then you got to start connecting with other people. Let me tell you something.
Like mine.
Y'all niggas might not have nothing in this world. Y'all might not have nothing, but get around some people that believe. It's gonna change your whole dynamic. Have you? It might be times you ain't got no food to eat, no money to eat. But if you get in a group of people that believe, genuine people, because a lot of people got friends and them friends they really don't even fuck with you. Right. And you really think that them people genuinely do not fool with you. But get around some true believers and get around some people that has been through something and just be like, you know what, we gonna be all right. Because God said where two or more are gathered, he gonna be in the presence. But if you start speaking it and you start be like, you know what, Alexander, you're gonna be all right. I know. No, you gotta believe it. You gotta say it with me. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be millionaires. If I make it, you make it. And that's how you gotta start believing. Well, I'm gonna start pushing your page a little more. People won't even hit a share button. Some shit that's free. They don't even want to hit a share button because they believe it's gonna take away from what they talking about. I get it. You might not share 52,000 things on it, but you got to start putting yourself around positive people that believe in you. If you're selling candles, everybody like candles. Everybody like to smell good. Everybody like they really smell good.
Wholesale.
But they'll go to Bed Bath and Body Works or other places and spend $50 on one candle. Oh, this smells good. But they can come to you and spend $12 and just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna come support you, and don't even understand they can go so far.
I mean, hey, but I ain't gonna knock it. Everybody like what they like. We're not gonna knock it. Look, we're not gonna get into what they like and what they prefer to spend their money on. They just don't support the way.
But you gotta talk about it though. You gotta talk about it. Because I mean, you can't. That's one thing. People can't be afraid to tell people and call people out on their shit. It don't have to be negative. But just be like, and then you can come to people so humble where they'll feel bad in about 2 weeks. You just be like, man, you know, it'll really be good if I can get your support.
Yeah.
And they see you steady out there, you steady grinding, you steady going to vendor, you doing stuff with your vendors, you popping up at different locations. It's gonna be one day somebody gonna come to you and just truly bless you.
Yeah.
They're gonna come and just really point to you.
Right, I love it. The support that I do get, I get most of my support like vending around the city. Around Little Rock. I don't get mostly a lot of online sales. I just got my online back up and running. Y'all make sure y'all go shop on my website for those candles, those good smelling candles. They long lasting too. They don't burn fast.
You're doing it the right way though. You're doing it the right way though. You got to get out there and sometimes you got to be in those people's faces.
Right.
And people got to see you. They got to see that smile. They got to see that you slim, trim. And like, hey, you know, they got to see that wittiness about you.
Right. Sometimes it's hard to just kind of push it because I don't want to be that person to just truly just try to push something on somebody that really don't want it. But I'm getting out of it. I'm most definitely getting out of it. What they say, you got to sell yourself.
Yeah, you do. And then it goes back to another thing. Like when I'm gonna tell you, the power of the word of mouth and being in the presence is way better. Because I mean, social media, I mean, you got different platforms now, so that's great. But the fact of being in the presence of people, like when Jesus was healing people, like they didn't have social media.
Right.
They didn't have it, but they had people around them that believed in Jesus so much that they went and told other people about it. So when people truly believe in you, when people truly like or they cherish or they support what you're doing, they're gonna go tell people.
Right.
That's one thing you got to learn. That's biblical. So like if people enjoy, like they enjoyed Jesus, they was like, man, this dude just made somebody walk. This dude just healed somebody. Okay, now we finna go to a whole nother town. Man, let me tell you something. It's this girl, man. She cold-blooded with these candles. Her name's Slim. Let me tell you about. Man, hey, y'all, if y'all just support her, I'm telling you, it'll go a long way. And people supposed to support like that, where they come to you and they supposed to brag on their friend. Man, I was thinking about some candles. All of a sudden, I met Nate at Kroger's, or I met him at a shoe store, and he brought you up because I was talking about something that smelled good, and he was like, "Oh man, deal with this," and all of a sudden, they find you on social media, they reach out, and it's just that's how support supposed to work. But people get into idolizing themselves and trying to put themselves in front of everything. Like, I'm the best at this, and this. But who have you helped? Who have you put on? Who have you tried to say, well, okay, let me present you with this opportunity? And a lot of people don't want to do that because some people see the talent in you way before you do. So they know good and well, like man, if she's selling these candles, if she get in front of the right people at the right time, it's gonna be over. She's gonna be a millionaire. So some people will see the talent in you way before you do, and that's scary sometimes.
Yeah, it can be intimidating to them. They don't like
Yeah.
it at all. So can you share some of your biggest success stories with me? I've been to some of your shows out there too, but I know you had some big ones. I want to hear them out.
The success stories.
Huh?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I mean, you gotta tell me something that you've seen that you like. I wonder how that happened.
Your movie. Your movie that you have.
Okay. I mean, which one? Well, the movie that I have, I did two actually, but the Nice Guys Finished Last. I was just a part of that. That was put together by C. James Humphrey. There's my classmate. We all went to Arkansas Baptist College together. That's where we graduated from. And that was a close friend of mine who was like, "Hey, I got this idea." And every blue moon, he would come up to my club and write. He would meet, some of his business partners at my club. And me and that guy have been friends for 22 years. And he came out with the movie and he was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna do it." And I'm all about supporting and motivating people. Like, go ahead and do it. Like, I think you ought to do it. Because tomorrow time waits for nobody.
Right.
So I think that everybody needs to hold on just 1 second.
Look, you can't even multitask. You can't even multitask.
Hold on.
Well, I'm gonna tap in, talk about some of mine. Well, one of my big ones I was really, really proud of. But I'm gonna talk about it and tap in. But then it was
No, go ahead. Okay, I'm back. Okay,
yeah.
You go ahead.
You back. You back. Okay. As we said, I do my candles and everything. I think one of my biggest achievements that I felt really, really happy about was when I opened my candle store, my storefront.
I was shocked.
It went really well. I loved it. But I think one thing that I did do is kind of something that I jumped into just because I needed the more space, just getting outside of my home, more of the office space. I think I needed a better professional environment. I think it was really, really dope. The months that I was there. I will be opening another storefront coming soon. It's gonna be bigger and better and more professional. I think that was really dope because I really don't think it's any other candle stores that's open around Little Rock. I mean, I don't know any myself. I mean, it might be, but I felt like I was one of the first ones to do it around Little Rock. So I felt like that was pretty dope for me on my end to just do it by myself. I really didn't have support, like family, like to do it by myself. I'm a mom.
Yes, you are, Mom.
I felt like that was a big achievement for me, and I feel like that was a big success story. I can write that in my book, and it's gonna be bigger and better next time.
There you go.
Bigger and better, and I know what to do, what not to do, and make sure that I'm ready for that big step because it is a big step. How long have you had your comedy
club? Well, I've had my club now for 5 years. You got to think we survived COVID too,
right?
So in that time, we survived COVID. A bunch of different success stories. There is that we didn't know where we were going to get the money. And if anybody doesn't know, I was the last comedian to work with the legend Dick Gregory. So Dick Gregory actually picked the location that the Nut House Comedy Lounge is at right now. So, he was in my car. We drove around. I showed him the location where I wanted my club at. He was like, "I think you ought to get it." In the next 2 weeks, I was blessed financially by somebody who came into the job that I had and blessed me to get my club. They literally financially blessed me to get my club. So, I mean, it's plenty of success stories there, and they're getting bigger. So in 2024, I got something right now in the works for 2024 that's so big that it is going to change a lot of lives in my circle, right? So I was mentally defeated about it. I got depressed about it. I went into a dark space because I'm like, God, you got to show me something because of all the things that I overcame and everything that I've been dealing with for years.
Right.
And a guy who's a Mason brother, I'm also a Mason and a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And one of my Mason brothers, he made a promise to me. He was like, man, I promise you this. And it got to the point where the promise was so much that I stopped believing. And I was like, man, I'm like, okay. But about 3 weeks ago, that promise that he made over a year and a half ago came true. And it was so true that I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe the phone call that I received.
Yeah,
So
stay grounded, stay faithful.
So God is opening doors, and I try to work with everybody. Like, some people get frustrated, like Nate. Like one person local, they were frustrated. Like, man, you not putting. I'm trying to word it right. So this person was basically mad because they felt like they should have been paid for something that I did. So I'm like, well, first of all, I put $15,000 up for an event. 15,000, and you put up zero. So and sometimes you just gotta humble yourself at that point. Like, you just gotta, like, if somebody came and got me and said, Nate, I'm putting this show together, I don't know if I can pay you. And I'm always honest with people about money. So I'm like, I don't know if I can pay you. I don't know. I just know financially, I just put this amount into this show. And they see where the money is going. Like, even though they on the outside looking in, they see. And these people are, tripping and holding tight and mad over $100 or $200. And I'm like, bro, you got to understand, I'm flying celebrities in, you meeting these people, you actually sitting down, able to ask them questions, you getting their contact numbers, you ain't spent one red cent to even sit down and talk to these people, but I'm putting you in position where you can elevate, add to your resume, do different things. And it's stuff that apparently you're not able to do or you're not doing. And that's not to shit on what they talk what their dreams are, but I'm like, dude, I'm in a position of helping. So ride this wave until something hits, because you're gonna be the person that I come back and get and be like, hey, I just signed this deal for $1 million. Man, you've been grounded with me for 5-6 years.
Hey, I need to come to Nut House Comedy Lounge. I need to work with you. Said $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, you got to speak it into existence. If it's not there, I mean, you got to understand. LeBron James went back and got his agent, a true friend of his that was just grounded with him. Now this guy is a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire, and it's crazy. So I don't mind helping anybody or putting them in position, but it's just like, you just got to hold on.
Right.
VJ the Prince on here, great barber. When I had short hair, then it was times that I would go to his chair and I didn't even have the money. Vince didn't even know it. I'm like, man, this is my last $20. This is my last this. And he would get done cutting my hair and he'd be like, man, it's on me. Just random. He didn't know nothing about my money situation.
Right.
And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And that was enough to be like, man, I believe it. And he used to tell me all the time, like, man, I know you're gonna make it, you're gonna be fine.
Right.
And so it was times that he would do that, and I'm just like, God, I see you working. But I don't know, man. I got millions of success stories. It's some that I can't even tell right now, because if I tell certain things, people will find a way to hate on it. Or they will find a way to step on it and be like,
they can always do that though. They gonna always find a way to hate or throw their opinion on it or say something. They gonna always do that.
Yeah,
And
but that's why I stay in my cubby hole though. Like, I know who for me and who not for me. Like, I've learned that the hard way, but
yeah,
at the same time, I'm just like, I know when I do certain shows, I know it's gonna be people like, dog, I got you, and they gonna pay that $30-$40. They're gonna be like, man, Nate, he don't put together a hell of a show. I know it's gonna be phenomenal. Like, I got a huge show that's about to come, and people don't even know. I guess, man, I I can't even get into it, but
Don't,
just
look,
know
don't,
it's coming.
don't even give us too much. Don't even give us too much. So when you set goals, do you set other goals besides like financial goals, or
Yeah.
so how does it go?
I
What type
set
of goals?
goals all the time. I'm always setting them
Like,
past my circumstances.
mm-hmm.
You
Makes
know,
sense.
you got to set your goals past your financial circumstances. You
Mm-hmm.
got to believe that. And I'm gonna tell you, God has shown me it's so many people around here that actually has it, that have been blessed, and they got a humble bone in their body. And you will sit back and wonder, like, God, why are you blessing these people? Why it ain't me? And black people
Now,
with dreams and visions that give it to God, we hard on ourselves. We'll tell God, like, God, I'm doing this, I'm doing this right. Why this ain't working? And you feel like these other people out here doing everything under the sun wrong. And God, like, hey, you need to focus on you.
yeah, and he'll sit you down and make sure you focus on you. Make sure you still so you can focus on you. Because all that outside noise or whatever is going on around you, it's not about that. I could definitely say I went through a journey to just focus on what I have going on and not why over here. Because your time is coming. Your time is coming.
Everybody time eventually coming. Like if people in my circle and they fool with me, I promise you, I'm not that type of person I'm just not that type of person. Some people just genuinely gotta know me. And some people think they know me. Some people think they know me because of something that they heard. And not even being in my presence. And you don't know me because of something that you heard or something that somebody else said. If you ain't spent no time with me, if anybody I'm talking about genuinely spent time with me, you would literally know, like, this can't be the Nate this person was talking about. Cool. Because certain people ain't putting no time in with you. If you ain't putting no time, like if I wanted to be a bodybuilder and I ain't put no time into working out,
it ain't gonna work out.
And I went and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go in this competition. Like, I know I'm the best. I know I can do this and this. I'm gonna be great when I take my shirt off. Now, because you ain't put no time in. So how can you say what to eat, what to do this? You ain't did nothing right. So when people get to talking like that, I sometimes you just gotta applaud it. Like, man, I know God got something around the corner for me. If this going on, if these people saying this, and this, I know something gonna happen. So I don't know, because even like the celebrity,
I want to take a little moment and let you know that you're really speaking right now, like for
real.
I don't know if you're talking to somebody out there, but you definitely preach it to me. Some of the stuff that you said that I've dealt with and it ran through my head, and I didn't know how to handle it now, but it's real out there.
I mean, and you can't be mad at the world because of people showing you who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because these are dreams, aspirations. These are prayers that we prayed to God. And then when we get the answer that we don't want, but this is the answer that we needed. So we get mad at ourselves. We mad at these people. I don't get mad because people fall out of my life. I don't get mad. I mean, it hurts. Don't get me wrong. Certain stuff hurts. And we got to deal with it. But God gives you the answers, and he gives you the Band-Aid. He gives you the antibiotics to deal with the pain and the stuff that you going through. And he's like, hey, everything gonna be all right. Even if your heart is broken and you're going through stuff, certain things, God, like, I got you. And if God got you, if God can be for you, who can be against you? But you got to understand that God prepared a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So when God started blessing you, your enemies got to be present. Because even the disciples, even God even told one of the disciples, like, listen, one of y'all go deny me at this table. And Jesus already knew who it was. Like, I already know that it's you. So when he called him out on this shit, it wasn't the fact that he was trying to disrespect him. He was like, dude, I know you gonna do this. And he was like, I will never deny you. I will never deny you, Jesus. He was like, all right, I tell you what, I know you so well, you're gonna deny me even when the rooster crows. You're gonna deny me 3 times and the rooster crows. So sometimes you gotta look in the presence and sit at your own table. And God has had a rooster crowing, and we go to death. We go deaf to it because we try so hard to make the wrong people right in our presence and in our situations when they don't even fit into where God is trying to take us. So I had to learn that the hard way, and I stayed in the presence and I stayed by myself. So I mean, that's why when I tell people, like, I feel like sometimes I'm by myself, and I do, and it's not a bad thing. God is just putting me in a position like I don't want anybody to distract you from where I'm trying to take you.
Mm-hmm. Especially the
And
people that's supposed to be there, that's not walking in the path that you
yeah,
walking.
so you gotta take that with a grain of salt and just be like, and all of a sudden God started connecting you with people that believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy. You like, dang, these people believe. I'm gonna tell you, I wanted to do a
It
show.
feels so good. It
I
feels
wanted
so
to do a show and I need it. And here's the crazy part about it. You can have all the talent in the world. Your family won't support you, your cousins won't support you. They're not gonna come out and be like, cuz what you need. They're not gonna say none of that. It'll take a whole nother person that don't even have the same DNA as you to come through and be like, man, how much you need, what you need. And they'll come through and be like, hey, I believe in you. And that's crazy. I think for people like when I wanted to do a big show, like the show I did at Simmons Arena. Um, I did that show. I went in there and I was like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen. I don't know. It took one guy to come through and say, how much is it, Nate? I believe you can do it. And I
right.
said, man, it's gonna cost me like $8,500.
And you didn't
He
know the
said,
guy?
I knew him, but I
Okay.
didn't. I knew him. Now don't get it twisted. I knew him, but he wasn't my family.
Right.
But he came through and he said, "Do you believe in the show?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, let's go get the paperwork and let's go do it." We went down there. He looked at everything in the contract. He said, "Give me a day. Tell Simmons Arena to send me over all the paperwork." So when they sent over all the paperwork, he saw it and he was like, he called me. He said, "You sure you want to do it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, meet me down at Simmons Arena tomorrow at this time." We went down there. He had all the paperwork. We filled out everything, and he swiped his card and paid it. So
Wow.
certain people, you just got to know that there's some people out there that literally believe in you, and there's some people that believe in you and they just don't have it.
Right.
But and sometimes you got to speak over. You got to speak of the life over them. Like they be like, "Man, I want to support you, but I ain't got it." Hey, just thank you for believing in me, but just say you don't have it right now, but you will have it.
Right.
And then, so sometimes you got to speak life into people. So you got to do that. So I believe in where God is taking me. I've seen visions. I've had visions of working with certain celebrities. Like one, I'm actually about to work with in February, and I can't wait to bring that person to Little Rock. Um, it's a person that I've been a fan of for quite some time, and I'm
That's
doing something way different. So that's gonna be a great celebrity to bring to Little Rock.
that's
And
amazing.
man, I just got dreams and visions, and you just can't give up on them.
You can't. You can't at all. And it sounds like you do a lot, Nate. Do you give yourself a break? How often do you give yourself a break, Nate?
Uh, okay. I don't. I
Don't
don't.
you
I'm gonna tell you, like today, I worked all day today, and I came in work at 5:50. I got off at 7:55, 7:45, and I got to be back at work in the morning at 6 in the morning. So even in that time, I'm like, I need to go to bed. But at the same time, I'm like, I need to write. I need to work. I need to do this.
sound
So
like
I'm
me?
like, so
You
as soon
sound
as
like
I lay across this bed, I'm gonna probably watch a movie. Like I'm gonna go to sleep. Nah, I'll be writing. I'll be doing something.
and
And
then gonna wake up.
then,
It seems like that's when a lot of creative ideas come though. Like I get
yeah,
up 3 4 o'clock in the morning. I write it. I come up with ideas.
yeah,
I
yeah,
research. It's a lot that you can do at that time. Like for real. Like it's a lot that come
yeah.
to me.
Facts.
Nate, I'm gonna need you to start taking a little vacays. You don't go on vacations?
Now I haven't really like I just got I'm and I don't know if that's a vacation, but I just got booked in Tampa, Florida next month.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go out there and take some time now
You
because
finna go
now
up.
and that's for an icon and a huge entrepreneur that started Jet Magazine and Ebony Magazine.
Okay, that's
So
dope.
they so I'm going out there for that, but I'm actually the host and this and this. So they flying me out, and so the time I'm out there, I'm like, well, I'm gonna do this and this. So let me call these other comedy clubs while I'm out there to see if I can get some time. So one club actually called me back and was like, hey, you can come here and you can perform here. So now I'm trying to get everything together. Like I fly in on a Thursday. morning, and then I'm like, well, I can perform Thursday night at the comedy club, do my event Saturday morning.
Your vacation is your sleep then, huh?
Yeah, because I really don't sleep. Only time I really sleep is honestly, it's probably on Sundays. And those are the times like where, because Friday I do my shows, I'm ripping and running with that at the club. Saturday, I'm usually like every weekend this month I have a show. So I'm doing 2-3 shows a day. And I'm doing these shows. I got to work on writing. I got to perform how I'm going to perform. I said that's mentally draining. And then on top of that, I got other celebrities and stuff that we're emailing and having Zoom meetings and we're talking. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do this. I'm working on a film. I'm working on 2 films right now. So I'm writing on both of those. I got some major celebrities I'm working with on that.
I love all of it.
So I'm always working, man. I don't never give myself a break. I mean, my break is coming when I'm gonna actually be able to relax and chill, but I'm not chilling until I sign a big contract. And when I sign it, because I know what's happening, I know it's coming. And then I'm gonna take a break.
You don't think that you kind of stress a lot? Not a lot, but stress, the lack of vacay or me time can cause stress. I heard you say it's mentally draining. Do you think because you're having to break that could be a problem?
Like it can be mentally draining because if you can get close to a star and you like, I can touch it. I know I can touch this star. Like I know I got everything I need to touch it. Then you're gonna do everything you think you can to get there.
Keep pushing right.
So it's that close. So I'm like, God, I'm this close. And I've been doing stand-up and promoting shows, writing plays and everything for 15 years, doing it on my own. Well, let me not say that. I've had help, but majority of my ideas have been on my own. So and that's not the shit on the people that have help, because I've had help. But it's just a lot, man. So it's a lot. So so I'm always on it. Like I'm tired now, but like soon as I get off, I'm gonna be writing. I'm gonna be working on a film. I'm gonna be working on a play. I'm working on, like, I got a musical I'm working on. I got a short film I'm working on. I got a feature film I'm working on, and I'm working on comedy, and I'm working on my next big comedy special. So yeah,
what can they find you at? This stuff going on. I want my followers, if you're not already following Mr. Nate.
Well, follow us at the Nut House Comedy Lounge, North Little Rock, on Facebook. Follow us there. On Instagram, I'm under comedian Nate Williams. Because I post a lot on there. And then on I just got a TikTok.
You got a TikTok? Okay.
I don't know how to work it. So no, I got a Snapchat. That's what it is. I know how to work my TikTok. I don't know how to work my Snapchat. So my let me see. Hold on. I gotta get this out because I just my TikTok is Nate Williams 0707.
Oh goodness.
That's my TikTok. So my Snapchat, I just don't even deal with that. But they can find me on those platforms, man. And I always come by the club. Every Friday night we're there. This Friday night is our first annual karaoke thing. So that's huge. We got a DJ coming in for that. That's gonna be bananas. That starts at 9:00. Yeah, in December the 22nd is our first ever pajama party.
Okay.
At the Nut House Comedy Lounge. So we want people. If you get matching PJs or just get some PJs, come on out. My mom's cooking. We getting twisted. We drinking. We probably gonna have board games and games set up. It's just gonna be a fun night. We're gonna have a fireplace going. Man, just come on out. We're gonna have stand-up music. Just come on out.
Nice way to vibe. I like that. I'm gonna come out to the pajama party for Christmas. I gotta step outside. Look. Don't be busting me out like that, Nate. Don't be busting me out like that. I thank you guys. Thank everybody for tuning in to Slim Talk Tuesday with Mr. Nate Williams on the ups and downs of the entrepreneurship. Just giving us some inside scoop of him and what's going on. Y'all make sure y'all go follow me on YouTube, also on Facebook as well. I thank everybody for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.